So the other day in evangelism class, we were talking about evangelism, of course, as it was evangelism class, but we were also talking about interreligious dialogues, inclusion of people, exclusion of people, whether or not we can have meaningful conversations with folks who believe differently than we do. And one of the things that I kept going back to is this idea of assurance. If I'm confident in what I believe, then I can love somebody whether they believe what I believe or not. I can have a meaningful conversation holding specifically to the resurrection of Jesus Christ while talking with somebody who doesn't believe in God at all, or somebody who believes in God very differently than I do. Because my confidence in Christ, if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for anybody, right? I mean, that's the way I see it. So one of the things that I'm reminded of is freedom for joyful obedience. That might be one of the things that you've heard in church if you've got history with the church. It's in one of the pieces of liturgy. Freedom for joyful obedience. And what that means to me is understanding that Christ's work, Jesus' work, is so awesome that I don't have to have a specific way of believing. I don't have to have a specific way of living. But because of that assurance, I get to be obedient to what God is asking me to do in life. I get to love my neighbor. I get to be kind. I get to be generous. I get to be a faithful disciple of Jesus Christ not because I believe the right way, or because you believe the wrong way, or anything in terms of those language, but instead I get to be a disciple of Jesus Christ because Christ died for me while I was a sinner. So if I were to take that and then to exclude anybody for something they say or believe or participate in a different religion or cult or whatever, that would be a denial of Christ, the way I understand it. That's just my thought for today. Thanks. Like always, this is not a sermon. This is not me preaching to you. This is the start of a conversation. If you like what I had to say, you can hit like on the video, or you can share it to your friends. If you didn't like what I had to say on the video, well, you can let me know that in the comments. Don't just be a troll. I mean, make a significant... I'm saying too much, I just realized, but this is my first one of these, so please forgive me. You can make a comment about that if it's really bothering you. I'll get better at it, I promise. But thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.